Welcome to Out of the Office Talks with the Eastern Shore Chamber. I'm your host, Jason Schmidt with FirewatchBusiness.net, and it is my privilege today to have
Joshua Brown with Local IT.
Joshua Brown with Local IT. Absolutely. How you doing, man?
Doing quite well. It's a great day out here.
It is. It absolutely is. So our location today is Cloud Mountain Coffee in Daphne. It is a craft coffee shop with the finest coffee you can find anywhere. It's trade coffee. We're in Old Town Daphne. We have. I don't know if you had this coffee here. Yes. So we had it when we sponsored when we did morning marketing. They did our coffee. It was delicious. They focus on top quality drinks and boutique inside outside space. So if you have a chance, come by here and see them. They are open 6:30 to 4:30 Monday through Friday and 7 to 3 on Saturday. So, Joshua, I have a tough time calling you Joshua.
So you can call me Josh.
There you go.
Joshua usually means I'm in trouble.
Yeah. All right, Josh, tell us about Local IT.
So Local IT is an IT managed service provider company for other businesses. Basically, we're your outside tech team. We can handle everything from access controls down to video surveillance, your emails, your internet, your phones. Even if you want to do some cool AI, use some Gemini or ChatGPT, we're the guys who you call to figure out how to effectively implement that in your business. My role with Local IT is their director of sales.
So AI is the top thing right now. I mean, we just got $500 billion in to do some more work with AI. When you say you work with AI, how does that look? Are y'all working on prompts? Or are you working on the actual helping a client determine what they need and give them like a flow plan to do the AI?
Yeah. So my role, although my title is director of sales, I'm really a business consultant. So I identify the problems that you may have in your business. Now, what does that look like with AI? Usually when somebody says, hey, I want to use AI, it's usually to streamline some type of process that they have. Maybe it's how the phones, when they ring, and what's that call tree that's on that phone? Press 1 for Josh, press 2 for the receptionist. Maybe it's that. Maybe it's you have this data. This is the biggest thing. AI can't do anything without the data. Maybe you have data of the efficiency of a particular department and you want to see what that will do if I put that in the AI looking for X, Y, or Z. So you kind of have to know what your outcome that you're looking for in order to effectively use AI.
Well, that's very interesting because you're actually having the prompts come in from the customer to determine where they need to go.
Yes.
That is amazing. AI to me is amazing. I love it. I use it every single day of my life, whether it's Gemini or ChatGPT.
Well, let me ask you a question.
All right, I love this.
How long has AI been around?
Ooh, I have no idea.
Yeah. One of my mentors, he asked me that question. I was like, 20, 30 years. He said since the 1950s. It started with machine learning and it has developed all the way to what we call AI.
So it's like, you remember that old picture where they had the chess pieces hooked to wires? You remember that? That's probably old AI. All right.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah.
So Local IT, and you are absolutely involved in the Chamber of Commerce here on the Eastern Shore.
Yes, sir.
And that's one of the reasons they have you here. And for us to talk, not only to learn about your business, but also to talk about the Chamber. Tell me some ways the Chamber has really helped out your business and how you feel like it's a valuable part of your business.
Well, there's always the cliche of, hey, because we joined the Chamber, we gained some clients. But also joining the Chamber, you really are able to entrench yourself in the community and figure out I'm a problem solving type of person. So I'm always looking for other businesses who have problems and maybe they don't become clients, but I've made some kind of impression upon them or they've opened my viewpoint or my horizons, my eyes to new horizons, so to speak. Maybe there's some new businesses that I didn't even know. There's so much history about the Eastern Shore that I had no clue of. And I just grew up, 10 minutes north of the Eastern Shore. I also really decided to get heavily involved in the young professionals part of the Eastern Shore because, they always say that we're the future.
Mhm.
You know, we're going to be taking care. We're going to be the bosses. We're going to be the owners of the companies. And it's knowing how to network and develop that relationship with other professionals and admitting that, hey, I'm not the strongest person in operations or I'm not the strongest person in digital marketing, but because I've met this person at the age of 25 and now I'm 40 in this company, I know someone who I can reach out to help my business.
And that's very smart because when you're talking about, it's all about getting the best person in there to help you do better at what you're bought. Not every owner can do every single job and not do it well. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So when you know, we talk about that, I mean, and we're back to local IT in that they need you to help them in certain areas where they're kind of weak. And that is exactly what your local IT is doing for them, right?
Yes. Yeah. So for my role, particularly with local IT, the weak spot was, hey, we need new business. You know, they were doing great. They were a profitable company, but they needed somebody to go out there and kind of be a hunter and a nurturer and bring in some new business businesses that we've identified that they have some type of challenge with technology. Maybe because the business owner is trying to do it all themselves, or they've got it on one person and they're just overwhelmed. You know, that internal IT person may be struggling with trying to plan for the next 5 years and keep Sally Mae's password reset every 2 days because she keeps forgetting it. So that's where we kind of come in and like, okay, you focus on the big pictures, big projects. We can handle those mundane day-to-day things to help streamline and save you money.
So we're back to local IT and we're talking about local businesses. What is the number one thing they're looking for? Are they calling you for cybersecurity? Are they looking for the AI part of it? What is your number one thing that they're looking for?
Well, to better give you an answer to that, I'll give you a testimony of one today. There was an office, a medical practice that they were having difficulty with three individuals being able to access the emails at the same time. There's always just one or two problems that they're having. And that was an email problem, which is a simple solve. The solve was everybody needs their own email.
Right.
Generally, for the most part, businesses are reaching out to us because there is a pressing technical issue. Maybe it is cybersecurity because they've been told by their insurance company that they need to have multi-factor authentication implemented, or they need to have some form of backup for their data. Maybe it's that they had an event where somebody stole something and they need cameras installed. There's usually some pressing issue that happens or that is occurring in order for them to reach out to us.
All right. Well, I wanted to get that in because I wanted to just kind of get back to local IT on that, because that's always one of my questions that I love to ask is what the number one thing people are looking for. So I want to go back and touch on, we're jumping around a little bit. I'm sorry about that, Josh.
That's fine.
Let's go back to YP and tell me one of the most fun times you've had at YP. And what is your favorite event year in, year out? So
my favorite event of the Eastern Shore Young Professionals is hands down the Bowling for Books. I don't know if you saw me at the last one.
I saw you there.
But it's just a great atmosphere. You're raising money for the Spanish Fort Library Kids reading program. I just love getting everybody together. We rent out the whole facility. We're in there bowling and it's a competition in there because I'm naturally competitive. So that's my favorite event for the YPs. Now, the summit, which is coming up next month, March, is also a wonderful, March the 31st. It's a wonderful event. 21st. March 21st. Look at there. March the 21st is the date of the YP summit. And I'm looking forward to that because I'm looking forward to finding out other areas in which I can develop myself professionally, listening to the different speakers and really actively listening to them. And then, of course, once the day is over with in the evening, we'll all go to Buc-ee's.
Buc-ee's is a fun place. If you haven't been there, the Young Professional Summit is at the Grand Hotel. Mm-hmm. We still have tickets available right now. Yes. You can buy them online right now. And I want to tell you, one of the speakers is fantastic. It's me. I'm speaking there. So you got to come. That's right. Oh, yeah. All right. So what is your position with YP?
I am the social chair
Okay, good.
for the young professionals.
So the Young Professionals Eastern Shore, the summit's coming up, and you are the social chair and you're also the interim chair for the Mobile Area Black Chamber.
Yes, sir.
So this February, we're talking about this being Black History Month. How does that fit into to what you do and how you do it?
Well, the Mobile Area Black Chamber of Commerce was created to fill a need of directing focus on Black and minority businesses and getting them the resources. So it kind of it mirrors into what I do as the social chair with the YP board, because I'm out, I'm talking, I'm networking. I'm also identifying resources. So, and getting these resources to these minority businesses so they can uplift their businesses. Because a lot of time as a business owner, as you know, we both know, you got your head down, you're focused on your business
100%.
and you're surviving. So let's tap into that market of Black and other minority owned businesses and uplift them, give them the tools and the pathway so that they can become successful businesses and continue to pour into our economy here.
Absolutely. So when we talk about the resources, what is some of the most important needs that you see in that community right now as business owners? I mean, in your business owner, you have your own consulting firm.
Yes.
Not only working with local IT, but also your own consulting firm. What are the resources they're needing?
One resource is a company like mine, or they are SBA, Small Business Association, because as in my consulting firm, I sit down with business owners and I talk about, okay, let's look at your operations. Let's look at your processes. Let's also look at your company culture. Mm-hmm. And how all those three areas are actually complementing each other. For a lot of the minority and Black businesses in our area, they're so focused on, head down that they're not actually looking at those areas. I need to make that dollar. I need to be able to have this product out. But what is my culture like in my company? What's my 5-year plan? Mm. So for a lot of the minority businesses, because maybe they don't have access to the funds, which are available out there to them, they're just, again, surviving. And so my biggest help to them is, let me get in front of you and show you these additional resources. Yeah. Where you can get that help of business coaching. Maybe it's the marketing that you need help with. And maybe you need to join a EOS, Entrepreneur Operations Systems group that'll teach you about company culture and how to effectively run a business in that leadership capacity.
That's very interesting. And I mean, that is just an incredible testimony too for what you do to help other people. And you do that throughout, not only in that area, but you also in the Young Professionals. Yes. And your absolute involvement here with the Eastern Shore Chamber. And I can tell you, I appreciate it and they appreciate it, but you're very talented and we appreciate it. And we just thank you for being on today.
Oh, yes.
Is there anything that I didn't cover that you wanted to speak about?
Well, a deep training or some things that were instilled in me, or why I am so dedicated and so busy all the time, is because I learned it from my mother. My mom was a school teacher up at Bay Minette Middle School. And my father was a chemical engineer, and they taught me what hard work and dedication is and how it pays off. They're both retired. I'm jealous. So, but with her, I remember when I was going to South Alabama and I got put on academic probation because I played around too much.
That happens.
And my parents found out. And my dad told me, he said, you either find a job or I'm going to put you somewhere. And I didn't want him to put me anywhere. So I drove around all day and I landed a job at Chris Myers Nissan. And I was just a car washer at 18 years old. And my mom, when I went home and told my mom, she said, when you go to work, you be the best car washer that you can possibly be every day. And that stuck with me. At any place I've become employed at, is I want to be the best at whatever my role is, as long as it fits my skill set.
Right. 100%. 100%. And again, thank you so much for being here. Out of Office Talks with the Eastern Shore Chamber. I'm Jason Schmidt with FirewatchBusiness.net. This is Josh with Local IT, and we thank you for your time and can't wait to see you until next month. See y'all then.